What's up? Beautiful day today. So I wanted to just quickly make a little 5-minute video because my lawn care videos have been doing so well. I wanted to teach you guys or share my value of commercial properties. The number one thing I would recommend is to have a good name. Nothing that sounds crazy, nothing too hard to pronounce, nothing too long. Just short, sweet, to the point. Have a good business name. And then go on Lara, which is Lara. Get yourself an LLC. It'll cost you anywhere between $50 and like $300. But totally worth it because once you have it, you have it. And then you can start building credit towards your LLC. And get an EIN number after that. You just type in get EIN number on Google and it'll pop right up, and it takes like a couple of minutes. You got to put in your name, your phone number, address, and so on and so forth. And then they'll give you an EIN number. They'll give it to you right then and there, which is great because then after you get all that stuff in the mail or electronically sent to your phone, you take it to your bank account, whoever you bank with, and ask about a business account, opening a business account. If I were you, I would do a little bit of research on who has the best in your area, and then think about like the future, because I know with mine, within 2 years, so next year I will be able to get a credit card with 5% cash back with no limit on any purchases. So all of my gas, my string trimmer, my edges, anything like that, 5% cash back, which is huge. But you can also start taking loans out against your business. Like if you need to get a new trailer or a new vehicle or anything like that, once you start earning income and paying taxes on that business, you can use that to buy a house and so on and so forth. So it's important to get the LLC and the EIN number. And then the next thing for commercial properties is insurance. So after you already have all that stuff set up, call somebody, and don't go with the first person you call. I went with Allstate because they had the best. It was $750 for 8 months, and it's insane coverage. Like anything could happen and I'm covered. I could go on someone's property and fall into a well and snap my leg and I'm completely covered. I could run through someone's house and it'll cover up to $2 million in damages. All of my equipment's completely covered, but so get some good insurance. And then start making phone calls to local places that you want to mow. That's what I did. I called everywhere, all over the place, like every apartment complex, every nursing home, all of the places that I wanted to mow. And
Here's what I found.
I'm not even talking to Siri. My goodness. So I just started looking at all the places near my home that I wanted to do, and that's what I went with. Also, you could do, or not that you can, it's that you have to, is get on Google. Type in Google My Business, and it will prompt you through how to make a business on Google. And it's super simple. And what I recommend is instead of saying like Summit Lawn Care, it'll say Summit Lawn Care residential / commercial. That's important, adding that / commercial in there. And then do what you can to get your good reviews. Have your clients give you good reviews, your grandparents, so on and so forth. Getting number 1 on Google is important. You get all the phone, like top 5 is important. Because then that's when people start calling you. You don't have to really go out and put out bids. But definitely, once you get all that stuff set up and you're looking for commercial clients, I would highly recommend that you start putting in bids. Call around. Most of the time, they'll say, yeah, go ahead, send us a bid. And then they give you an email. And then you go on Google and you find what's called a lawn quote. There's thousands of them. Just type in free lawn quotes online, and there's just tons of them. And what it is it's pretty much just like a bunch of boxes, and you just fill in all those boxes for what you plan on doing on that property, whether you're mulching, your weed whacking, your trimming, blah, blah, blah. How many weeks you plan on doing it, the dates from when you plan on doing it, and then put their address and their name and stuff on the top corner, and then put your name and your address and your business on the corner as well. And you can take a picture of that and email it to them, or you can just hand it in person. So those are really easy and simple to do. And if they accept your offer, and then they're going to want a contract. Contracts are super simple. I'm not going to go into detail with it because I do not want to be liable for something like that. But there's a lot of YouTube videos out there for contracts. They're pretty simple. They don't have to be, you don't have to get lawyers involved and do a bunch of crazy stuff. They don't have to be a whole booklet. There's just a couple of pages. And then I know Brian's Lawn Maintenance covers a couple of them on YouTube. But you can get them online. They're free. You just type in lawn mowing contracts, and most people's are like within a page. They have a time frame from when you start to the last day you service, and then it pretty much says you will pay me $200 per week for lawn maintenance, and the lawn maintenance included is as follows, and then you just go down the list and then separate like leaf cleanups and bush trimming and like the big jobs. You separate those, and those will be something that you do, that you put down separately. But I'm not going to go into huge detail on the contracts. But you're going to do a contract, and then you're also going to want a W-4, which is super simple. Just type it in on Google, W-4. It'll come right up, the year you need it. Most times it's like a PDF, and you can just fill that PDF right there, and then you can send it to your client that way. But bids is what's important right now. Putting in bids. Like I said earlier, I typed in apartments near me, and then like a whole list came up, and I just called every single apartment complex. And every single person told me the same thing. Either they had to talk to their manager, or they weren't accepting bids right now. So clearly I was calling at the wrong time. What's strange is it's September right now, 2023, mid-September. That's when people are taking quotes for next year. Because most people, they want their quotes for snow removal also. Because in my area, they do snow removal. And they like to get ahead of the game for next year. They like to get all their mowing set up and then their snow removal for next year. So they start doing quotes and bids right now. So keep that in mind. If everybody keeps telling you no, it's fine, you just want to keep calling, and then eventually you'll get through to somebody who you can put a bid in for, which is great because now you're learning how to put in bids. And that's the important part, is learning how to put in a good bid, good solid bid. And then remember, you're in business to make a good business. You're not in business to rip people off and then make millions of dollars on your first client. Like that is the fastest way to destroy your business, because they will tell everybody and their brothers that your company is extremely expensive and not worth it, and then they'll probably bash you all over Google and give you bad Google reviews, and you don't want that either. So be good and fair and honest with your prices. There's tons of YouTube videos on how people price out properties if you haven't learned how to do that yet. So to recap, first thing you want to do, get a good solid name. Something easy to pronounce, something that's not insanely long or hard to spell, and it has something to do with the business that you're in. And then number 2, go to Lara, LARA.com, fill out your LLC paperwork, and get yourself an LLC. And then after you get the LLC, you get the EIN number. Same thing, EIN, or geteinNumber.com, and then it'll prompt you through getting an EIN number. And then after you do the EIN number, then you go to the bank, set up a bank account, get yourself a debit card or whatever it is that you want, and then just somewhere for you to have a separate account from your personal account. Because trust me, it's very important. If somebody sues you and you don't have anything separate, they're entitled to take everything out of your bank account. And honestly, if they have a good enough lawyer, they can take everything out of your bank account regardless. But it's nice to have that cushion. So yeah, get a good bank account, get some good insurance, because commercial properties want insurance. Once you pay for that insurance, they'll electronically send you a whole bunch of stuff so you can get to bidding right away. And then you want to print off some quote sheets. you do not want to fill this stuff out on like legal note paper. You want it to be typed up and looking nice. So cut some of those up and then start calling everybody you know. Call your grandma, call your parents, call your friends, call your neighbors, call everybody you know. Start asking them for services that they need, or if they can leave you a Google review, because you're going to want to get on Google. You're going to want to make your Google page. You're going to want to put some awesome pictures up there. I recommend just taking some off the internet and posting them. Make sure they have something to do with whatever business it is you're running, and get some good Google reviews, and not just somebody who puts 5-star and moves on. Like, ask them nicely to put 5-star, put a picture up, and then go into detail, and then make sure in those details you're putting those words like lawn care, hedge trimming, leaf removal, snow removal. Like, make sure they're putting those keywords in your review, and then ask them if you can do their yards for them for like little to no money, or even free, because you're going to want the experience. But commercial properties are a must for me. I make a ton of money every single month from commercial properties, because 9 times out of 10 it's a full service. They're getting snow removal, they're getting the salt, they're getting the mulch, they're getting landscaping, they're getting bush trimming, power washing, irrigation, they're getting weed killer, fertilizer, seeding. They're getting everything. They're not just getting their grass cut. So your $50 a week cut just turned into like a $500 a week cut. So think about that when it comes to commercial properties. I hope this video helped. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm very good at this. I'm actually #1 on Google in my area. I just hit #1 on something else too, and I can't remember what it was. I don't remember, but yeah, so if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thanks for stopping by, guys. Have a great day.